The Road is a poem by the Australian poet Nancy Fotheringham CATO, published in 1957 in her second poetry collection titled The Dancing Bough. Don't forget to subscribe. The Road is a lyrical ballad consisting of 4-line stanzas or 5 quatrains. The first stanza has an ABAB rhyme scheme, while the following stanzas have an ABCB rhyme scheme. The poem is written through the first-person unknown speaker. The poem is set in the modern-day country road. The phrase "the eastern track" indicates that the speaker is traveling in the direction of sunrise very early in the morning or very late at night. The poem begins with the speaker introducing themselves and describing a natural setting. Right away, they use I, which makes it clear that the poem is about their personal experience and how they relate to both time and place. The speaker sounds really confident as they claim they made the moon go backwards in the night sky. Of course, that's an exaggeration or hyperbole, but it makes the moon and the surrounding darkness seem like something they are clashing. By saying they force the moon to retreat, the speaker is suggesting they have power over time itself since the moon is so connected to the passage of time. What's really happening, though, is that the speaker is driving down a road, and as they move, it just looks like the moon is sinking. The poem keeps playing with the idea of time being both still and fast-moving at the same time, making it seem like the speaker isn't bound by its usual rules. The word shouldering describes how the hills line the road, but it also makes the land feel like a living thing, almost like it has a body. The poem immediately gives us a sense that nature is just as alive and active as the speaker. The poem compares the stars to a swarm of insects, which is a type of figurative language called zoomorphism. This could mean that the speaker sees themselves as powerful compared to nature. But it might also suggest that the sheer number of stars is overwhelming, almost too much to take in. The poem continues playing with time as the speaker claims they can turn the night back to day. This could reflect what it feels like to drive fast. When you're speeding, the world around you blurs, almost like you're moving through time itself. The third stanza uses a simile to compare the night to a long black carpet. This reinforces the idea that darkness has a negative or even ominous quality, but more importantly, the image of a carpet makes it seem like the speaker can move across the night as if it were a physical space. This bolsters the idea that speakers can control time just as easily as they drive down the road. The stanza ends by highlighting the contrast between the light ahead of the car and the darkness left behind, putting the speaker in a kind of in-between space where they aren't fully in either light or dark. This adds to the idea that they exist outside normal rules of time and space. The poem starts focusing on the details that rush past the speaker as they drive at high speed. The alliteration in the first line of the fourth stanza helps create a sense of movement. The word whizzed, which sounds like the thing it describes, making it onomatopoeic, adds to this feeling of speed. The poet also plays with time by comparing telephone poles to years. The verse "telephone poles loomed up like years" makes it seem like the speaker sees their journey as both a physical and a temporal one, almost as if they're speeding through time, not just space. In the fifth and final stanza, the poem makes it clear that the speaker sees the landscape and the passage of time as the same. This makes their journey feel less like a simple car ride and more like a deeper, almost spiritual experience, like they're moving from darkness into light in a symbolic way. Not just because the sun is coming up. There's also some possible irony here. The speaker is focused on the dawn ahead, but speeding so fast at night is dangerous. Maybe the light they're heading toward isn't just the morning but something more ominous, perhaps even death, if their frenzied driving leads to disaster. The road isn't just about the thrill of a late-night drive, it's also about trying to outrun fear, sadness, or even mortality. Driving away from the dark and towards the sun is a metaphor for the speaker's attempt to escape negativity and keep moving forward. They don't just passively leave the darkness behind, they actively fight it, forcing the moon to retreat and race toward the sun. The way they move, rushing, racing, speeding, suggests urgency, maybe even desperation. Meanwhile, the night is described in a way that makes it seem almost threatening. The stars swarm like a cloud of insects, and the long black carpet of night unrolling behind them sounds ominous. This makes it seem like the speaker isn't just enjoying the drive but is trying to escape something, whether it's sadness, fear, or the reality of death. The poem plays with the idea that by holding back the night, the speaker is holding back death itself. But at the same time, they admit that life and time are one, meaning that to live is also to accept the passage of time and eventually, death. Even though life might feel like it's going by too fast, the speaker finds comfort in the idea that they are part of the natural flow of time, moving forward like everything else in the universe. Let's discuss the important symbolism of CATO's The Road. The speaker is describing a real late night or early morning drive down a country road, but the road also represents something bigger, the journey of life itself. When you're driving fast, everything around blurs together, making it feel like light and movement, sky and road melt into a single unit. This connects to the idea that life and time are also one, you can't have one without the other. The speaker builds on this idea by mentioning fence posts and telephone poles, which stand still as the speaker speeds past them. Since these objects don't move, they seem to slip into the past, just like days and years do as time moves forward. The speaker compares them to time itself, emphasizing that life feels like it's going by too fast. The way they describe the tall telephone poles as fast approaching suggests that the passing years feel threatening, maybe because they bring the speaker closer to death. In the road, the speaker is driving toward the sun, which symbolizes hope and new beginnings. The sun is contrasted with the moon and darkness, which usually represent dread or death. By rushing toward the sun and leaving the night behind, the speaker seems to be running away from those darker things. But there's another way to see this. Since the speaker doesn't seem to care much about time moving linearly, the rising sun could actually be a warning. Maybe it's saying that humanity is running out of chances for hopeful beginnings. The sun also has religious connotations, often representing heaven or the divine. This is important because the speaker is driving wildly, and the rising sun could hint at the possibility that they're heading toward death. The road sets up a clear contrast between darkness and light, with the speaker speeding toward the sun. They seem to take pleasure in being able to make the rising moon go back and race as fast as the stars. This suggests that they want to keep the night, and everything it represents, like fear and death, far behind them. But the fact that the long black carpet of night keeps unrolling behind their car shows that they can never truly escape it. If they want to stay in the light, they have to keep moving forward. In a way, this reflects life itself. You can't pause time, so you just have to keep going. Like and subscribe for more such videos.